Hi guys, welcome to today's video. So today I think we're going to carry on the theme from remember my collage that I did on canvas. So I'm doing like a smaller, it's like mixed media collage bookmarks. Now these are not the traditional shape bookmarks. I tend to use not traditional shape bookmarks because I find it fun. Like I'll make some watercolor bookmarks on like paper, say like two of these joined together, yeah, that's the size, and I'll do like, you know, a pattern or something, and then I'll use them as bookmarks. So I thought if I'd done some smaller versions, but I'm going to use like do mixed media, so usually I just use like watercolor and ink, but I'm going to incorporate some collage on it as well. So this isn't my own idea. I actually was inspired by another video that I watched from a collage artist that did a tutorial. So I'm kind of recreating her tutorial into my own little version, but doing little bookmarks. She didn't do bookmarks, she was doing like proper pictures. But so these are going to be, I'm not sure what size are these, but the paper that I'm using is, let me just grab it, from this pad. So it's 300 GSM A5 watercolor acid free cold press knot, and so it's quite thick, and it's my favorite for these type of projects. It's nice and thick, and you can put your watercolor on and it doesn't, make the paper soggy or anything like that. It's very sturdy. So the reason I've got 4 to do is I thought it will be fun to do 4 at the same time, and then obviously when out of the 4, either hopefully all 4 turn out nice, but if not, at least 3, 2 or 1 of them will actually be nice. And then I think once everything's dried and glued and everything else, they can be laminated. So yeah, I think that would be a great idea. I haven't got a laminator. I'm going to get a laminator because there's a few things that I want to use the laminator for. So I'm going to get a laminator. I'm going to do all this project, and I'm going to get a laminator within the next few weeks. And then I'm going to laminate these bookmarks, and then I'll use them in my books. So the other materials that I have, so you can use any kind of materials that you want. It's just about having fun. This is just like a fun little project to do. And if you're into reading, you can just do all these and have your own little customized bookmarks. So we've got some watercolor pencils, Faber and Castell pencils. I'll link them below. And we've got some watercolor. You can also use like some acrylic paint. To be honest, I'm not going to use acrylic paint because I want these to dry fairly quickly, so that I can get the project done for this video. I mean, acrylic paint will dry quickly, and plus because I'm laminating them, I think I'm just going to keep it light with the paint. So we've got some fine liners of different sizes. This is a more of a thick one. This is an 8, and then this one is a 2. We've got a gold pilot pen, my favourite, and pencil. I don't know if I'll need that actually. And we've just got some different side brushes, a palette if it's needed, watercolour brush. May not even need that palette because I may just use this. And yeah, just gather some materials together, whatever your favourite materials are, and yeah, so just have some fun really. I've got some little magazine things that I can cut out and use. I'm not sure what I'm going to use yet, but I'll show you what I've selected from my collection of magazine pages that I've saved. So we've got some of those, because they're bookmarks, I thought I can cut some of these bookmark bits out for one. Some more there. If this isn't enough, I'll just go back to my stash and go and grab some more stuff. But we've got this here, we've got some plants. So yeah, there's a few bits there to get started. Let's see how I get on, because I may end up grabbing some more bits, or maybe not. And you don't even have to use collage, you can just do the watercolour and the ink. You just be creative. So hopefully you can get some inspiration from this project, and try it out for yourself and let me know how you get on. You can tag me on, if you do this project, tag me on Instagram at 75 Art Street. You can follow me there also for any other updates on what I'm getting up to, because I usually post quite regularly on there. So right, so what I'm going to do now is just organise myself, and then we are going to come back and do we're going to do 3 stages. So yes, there's about 3 steps in this, so we're going to come back with the first step. So step 1 is mark making. So we're going to get our ink pen. I've got the 8, and we're just going to go over each of the 4 panels and just make some marks. Just be loose with it, free, not too rigid. And this isn't, this isn't supposed to be neat and tidy. It's just supposed to be like a creative flow. And then the next, so as you can see, it's like a scribble. Just do any mark making, as little as much as you want, so it just looks like a whole scribble, which is fine. Okay, so what I'm going to do is go in with the watercolour first. I was going to go in with the coloured pencils, but I think I'm going to go in with some watercolour first and just put some marks here to add some pops of colour. Move that around. And then some orange. Down here. And some yellow. Here. So that one, and then let's move on to the second one. Just got a bit of kitchen roll there to just take off some of the water. Some blue. Trying to get quite a lot of it on there so you can actually see the pops of colour when it dries, because obviously it would dry lighter. And then I think we'll put some green. Kind of just going over your marks that you've made to give them a bit of colour, like that. And then I think we'll do a bit of a darker blue here. Colour there, like that. And then on the third, what colour should we do? I think we'll do a mixture of the above. So just do other, I've got 2 oranges here, so we're going to do the other orange. Like that. And then orange, and I'm going to do the darker red here. Okay, so like a purpley red. Like that. So that's nice. And then what can we do for the 3rd colour? I think we'll do a darker yellow. Yeah. And then we'll just do like this. And then we'll move on to our 4th. Do like a dark blue. There, like a smudge of it. So I'm pretty happy with those colours. Smudge there, like that. Yeah, look at that. Right, so I'm quite happy with those colours now, making it nice and colourful. So the next stage is to do the colour pencils. Once we've done that, we can, and while that's drying, I think I'm going to cut out some pictures for the collage. So let's move this up. Don't want to spill that all over my work. So let's just move that while we wait for those to dry. So I'm just working more on this one, I've added some coloured pencil, so I'm just kind of smudging what I've done. As you can see, I've gone over some of the black lines with the gold liner. Let's smudge this a bit, just to make it a little bit more interesting. Just fill up those gaps, smudge those over a bit. These are watercolour pencils. The Faber-&-Castell ones I showed at the beginning of the video, just to remind you. So we're smudging that in. I've put that picture there because I'm intending to use that picture for this bookmark. I have to keep dipping my brush in the water to clean it. So that is that. So I think we've done enough on that one. So yeah, I'm tending to put the picture, something like that, in the middle. There, I might trim that down a bit, it's quite big. And then the next one we've done here, so I'm just going to see how that's looking. Again, I've gone over some of the black lines with the gold marker. So we're going to put the wellbeing sign around there. And then the books are going to go about here. Not perfectly straight. So I'm going to... something like that. That one's quite dry, so... and this one, I've got that. And we're going to add these books in again. And this one we're going to add in, I was going to add in that plant, but it looks a bit big, so I'm going to put that right there. So yeah, so I'm just going to review these and see if there's anything else that I want to do to them. So I think what we're going to do now, so I've had a think, and I think we're just going to do some splatters around, because just to fill out these edges a bit. So if we get our watercolour and our water, and I think we'll use, let me just get some kitchen roll as well. So I think we're going to use this brush, do some splattering. So I'm just thinking what colours. So I think we're going to do some green splatters for this one. And see if we can, I'm just going to splatter that around. Yeah, that's better. There. I'm not going to overdo it. So that's the green one. That will just, because there's only one bit of green and two blues, I thought the green would just tie that in nicely. Yep, liking that. So that's that one. And then I think with this one we're going to do the red splatters on this one. Let's just move these away. So let's do some red. Don't want too much water. Quite a bit of paint. So just tapping the brush quite firmly. It's resting on my lower finger, so we need some in that corner there. So if you want more of a splatter, you have to tap it harder, but push up against the bottom of the brush to have that impact. So yeah, I think that's good. So that's like a more of a delicate splatter. And then I think this one, let me just wipe that down. Okay, so let's make sure. I'm going to do some orange splatters on this one. Rinse that thoroughly. Oh, let's mind that water from that, because knowing me, I'll probably knock it all over and then that'll be that. Right, yeah, orange splatters for that one, so let's do quite the vibrant one. There, again resting it on my finger, tapping quite above so you can get a good area of it covered. Okay, that's it. I actually think I'm going to add some yellow splatters as well on this one, just to be rebellious. Right, let's do this one. Down here a bit. Tapping the brush against the finger. There we go. I think that will do for that. Yeah. So then let's let those dry, and then we will, I think the last stage now is to round this up and glue on the pictures that I've cut out. So I'm going to have a little tidy up while they're drying and then get my glue, and I'll come back and we can glue the pictures on once it's dry. Oh, before I go, let me do a close-up before we actually do start drawing the pictures on. Okay, so here's a close-up of these and how they're looking. Okay, so I've had a tidy up and I've had another play around with the arrangements, and I've changed them up a bit. So that's what we got there, and those are what we've got there. So I'm going to glue those down now, and then they'll dry. And then, like I said, I'm going to get a laminator and laminate these, and then they'll be perfect little bookmarks. So let's get gluing. The glue I'm going to use is this. I used it on my, you have to be careful with this, because if you haven't watched my collage video, it does, if you put too much, it will wrinkle up the paper. Now at first it does, if you just use a little bit, and it will wrinkle it a little bit, but it dries flat. There's not a wrinkle in sight when it actually fully all dried. So, but you have to use it sparingly though. So yeah, let's get this stuck down. I'm really looking forward to getting these laminated. When I do laminate these, I will include them in a later video so you can see the outcome, and they'll definitely be on my Instagram as well. So at 75 Art Street, so don't forget to follow me there. So let's get gluing. Okay, so we're all glued down now. I didn't show the gluing process because the memory's gone on my main camera. I was going to do a time lapse of me gluing, but here we are. So all glued down now. So my favourite has to be this one, and I like this one. I'm not so keen on that one, and that one's okay. So I'll probably be definitely laminating these three. Maybe that one. I might just laminate them all because they can all get used. but that's the good thing of doing more than one. You're not under pressure to get the one that you're doing perfect. If you're doing like 3 or 4, you know that at least one of them is going to come out how you want it to be. So yeah, I hope you managed to give this a try. Also, I was quite limited in pictures to use, so I want to collect some more pictures and maybe do a batch more in a later video. And I think some wording could have been done more to do with, in association with reading, maybe books, you know, some sort of more, and some wording here. So I may try to find some and put some on there before I laminate them. So yeah, you can do all types of things, use all different images, magazines, get really creative. So this was kind of like a basic version of you know, to get you started, but you can really go into it if you want to top up these pictures, which I think could do with a little topping up here and there with stuff, especially this one. I reckon definitely some like writing here would have gone nicely. I think this one's quite fine as it is, and this one may be a little something else, or maybe not that picture. I think it's these pictures that I'm not keen on, these, but they are bookmarks, so you know. Anyway, it's a fun little project, and I hope you managed to give it a try, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.